Okay, we are here. We're going to be here in just 1 second. Let's see if I can hear. All right, hang on, guys. We're going to look for the boss here. See if I can see her. Okay, let's see if we got my microphone on. This is Kim. We're going to be starting here in just 1 second. We got this part going, and I'm just looking for. Okay. All right, Vic, do we see you here? Are you here, girl? Yo, Chip, long time no see. Always good to see you. Let's see here. Okay, I guess Vic's not here yet. She should be here in a minute. We are going to start the show here. This is Kim. In just a few minutes, I will do the screen share so you've got it. And in the meantime, let's see if we see Vicky here. Oh, how are you guys? Nice to see you. Anka and Carolyn and Chip and Dave and all you guys. All right, let's see here if we got Vic should be here in just 1 second, I hope. And we'll get the show started. Hey, Carolyn, good to see you, girl. Yep. Can you all hear me okay? Let me put up the, let me see. I will put up, you can hear me all right? Perfect. Okay, cool. Let me get I will get the slide up. You want to get your notebook ready? Because you're going to take some notes, I think, today. All right, let me get my share screen here. I got this question today from somebody who wanted to get into the group, so I thought, all righty. Susan Advocate. All right, let me get the show on the road. Yeah, I'm happy to see you on here too, for sure. Let me see if I see my Vic around. Not here yet. All right, let's see here. All right, you want to take some notes because I am here to tell you that you're going to want some notes. And while I'm here, getting ready here, waiting for Vic, would you all go to the chat? You should see the chat there and set the thing, when you start, hey there. And Susan, hey, JD, you see where it says, when you type in the words, hey, Kit, good to see you. When you type the words in, when you want to type something, like you can see right above it, it'll say to host and panelist, or it'll say to, it's going to say to everyone. Set that to everyone. Can you do that? Set it to everyone, set it to everyone. So we got that. Let me make sure that you're setting your stuff for everyone, because otherwise what happens, yeah, Kit, yeah, you got it. The rest of you guys set it all to everyone. And Vic should be here momentarily. But in the meantime, one of the things, we're going to start here in about 1 minute. And what I want to know is this. Put in the chat what you hope to get from today's session. It's going to be kind of different. And I want to make sure that you all are going to get something out of here that you're looking for. And so I want to be sure that we do that. There's Vic. All right, girl. Yeah, we got the folks started. I did the first part there on the getting people in the chat set up. And the question that I gave them today, Vic, there's Vic. You guys will see her. Lucky you if you do. She's a superstar in the industry. She's just very quiet about it, unlike me. And, we've built like 5 or 6 of these companies together to the top. And we're doing an experimental team as we speak, as a matter of fact. But the whole idea is we made some really, really big changes in our marketing lives. One of which is going to answer today how to get 2 people here a week. So Vic, I'm going to be back. So the question I had for you was, what is it that you're looking to get out of today's session? That was the first question. And the second question is, in the next 12 months, how much do you want to earn and commit yourself to earning per month? Okay, Vic, so those are 2 questions. What are you trying to get out of today's session? And how much per month do you want to earn? Put it in the chat that you can commit yourself to earning. And when I say commit, I don't mean like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. That's not a commitment.
What does commit mean?
Maybe I could. That's not any good. No, that doesn't work. This is the kind where you say, since I was a kid, I wanted to be in the Olympics. I can run. I'm going to become an Olympic sprinter. That is my goal. I'm going to stand on that podium on the top podium, and that's who I'm going to be. That kind of commitment where the whole focus is, well, how do I make that happen? It's the commitment first and the how is second. If you're asking how first, you're not committed. That's how you know if you're committed. Well, how do I do this? Well, what if the Facebook doesn't work? Well, what about the iOS 14? All of that is telling you you're not committed. That's your brain going, there are 100 reasons this is never going to work. And here they all are. And they start giving you a list. So I want to know, pick a number, put a number in where you say, no matter hell or high water, this is what I'm doing. Now, given that, how do I have to do it? Okay. That's all right, Vic. It's yours.
Yep, I got it. All
You
right.
got it?
So you guys, yeah.
I'll be
awesome.
just 2 minutes.
Okay. So I know you're all popping in here. So go ahead and say you're here and just say where you're from. Tell us where. And then the two questions that Kim positioned so well. I think we have to redefine commit. And I think she just did. You know, when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, or there's a car falling on your kid, do you just sit around and figure out what's not going to work? I'm too small to lift that car. So I think everybody can kind of relate to that, especially mothers. That's an example from a mother to other mothers. So Keith, what are you saying here? I'd love to learn how to enroll 2 people a week. And I'm committed to earning $7,500 a month in the next 12 months, we're talking, right? And Anastasia, 5,000 by the end of December or sometime in December. Okay. And Carolyn, she wants to learn to enroll 2 this week. Now that's bringing it down to home this week. So is that why you're here, Carolyn, right now, right here? That's why you showed up? And 8,000, I think you're meaning by the end of the year, 8,000 a month. So what are the reasons why you showed up for today, as Kim was mentioning? And the second one, by the end of the year, what would you be committed to doing and learning and implementing to make that happen? You know, like the solutions instead of, all of the reasons why you can't. Chip, learn to enroll 2 by, cool. We should come back after this next week. All of you that are here now, come back and do a report. Chip says he wants to do 2 by next week. And by the end of the year, 17,200. Now that's dang specific. Good. Anybody else, Kit? Enrolling 2 a week to enrich the lives of others. And what is your goal for 12 months from now? Earnings, like monthly. By the end of December 2022, I want to be earning whatever it is. State those. It'd be good if you guys go 1 and then 2 and answer them like that. Why are you here today? What are you hoping to get out of the session in the second one? The commitment to it, and what do you want to earn by the end of the year? Within 12 months. So let's say, where are we? We're in March already? How'd that happen? So by next March. Okay, good. 6 to 8. If you're coming in, make sure that your settings are to everyone. You go open your chat and make sure that it's not sitting there on hosts and panelists or the rest of the people can't see. We all want to see what you're saying. Susan, say again your answers, or you can copy paste them. Maybe they're way up there because everybody was responding. Let me see. I'd love to see what you said. And if this is the first time here on any of these, let us know that you're new to Kim's work. I see that you say, how do I have to get it done? Okay. And what else did you say? Commitment in 1 year, 10,000 a month. And your reason for attending today, what do you want to get out of the session? Maybe she's responding here. Okay, let's see, Susan. Okay, Andy, hi, good to see you here. 6,000 a month. Catherine, you're new. Catherine Jasmine, 15,000 a month. What caused you to show up and decide I need this today? I need to learn something here that Kim might have an angle on. David, I see you from New York City. It was good to hear from you today. Learn how to enroll 2 or more a week. That's breaking it down. That's a badass answer. If you could do 1 a week, then 2, you can bump it up and you can bite-size piece it and see it. That's enough to, make some of us levitate. Earn monthly by March next year, 14K. Good. Anybody else before Kim comes in and tells us how we're breaking the code? And I think we are. Anybody else? If you're brand new, and the answer to those two questions, what caused you to come today? First of all, oh, here we go. Kit, March of next year, 10,000 by next year. And what else are you saying here for action plan? I can do now to get my 7,000 a month, 2 week. All right. What do you think you have to do to make that happen? What are you missing? That's probably why you're here. Anybody else? If you're just popping in, go ahead and give us your name and where you're from. Well, we know who you are, but just where you're from. If you're first time to this, let us know that. And what caused you to decide to hang out with us today with this particular topic? What do you feel like you're missing? And what do you want your financial goal to be within 12 months or by next March 2023? Oh, there you go, Susan. How to be a magnet to women 60 years old who are health/planet conscious, kind of environmental. And health, define health, because it's become quite generic, right? I think we have to redefine that word. Okay, good. Anybody else? Pop in and tell us what caused you to decide to hang out here today and your commitment to this next year. What is it going to be? How are you going to be all in and show up? Sometimes we overlearn. We digest too much information, right? And then we don't know what to do with it. We've swamped ourselves. And Catherine says she's tired of bugging her friends and family. So, oh, wait a minute. Catherine, go ahead and open up your chat, please, and set it to everyone. You've got it stuck on hosts and panelists. Okay. And Susan, holistic health. So supplements, especially like drops, pills, smoothies, things like that. Anybody else? Where you're from, where you're coming from, what caused you to attend today, and what you're trying to solve here. And financial goal within 12 months. Next March, that gives you a whole year to figure it all out, break it down. Lonnie, nice to have you here. Yours is stuck on hosts and panelists. Go to chat and get your settings put on everyone so we can all see what you're saying here. 10,000 a month, looking for a simple duplication system. We should talk about that. Working with Melaleuca. Okay. Who here has found duplication systems easy? Right? They're supposed to be easy, aren't they? Like they're supposed to make your life simpler. That's a whole topic by itself. Catherine, you're into health and wellness, working with Q Sciences. And Sue Witten, good to have you. She wants homeowners coming to her that want to rapidly pay off their mortgages instead of 30 years down. That's specific. Down to 5 to 10 years and stop the refi. So 10,000 a month by next December. See how specific she got? Not just pay off their mortgages, but rapidly pay them off and down to 5 to 10 years instead of 30 years. That's kind of hot, kind of specific. Stop the refi. And she's got her goal for next year. Is anybody on track with the things you're saying? Like, have you gotten there, or you're getting there, or you're like, man, I'm doing my 2 customers a week. Some of you said you want 2 customers a week or 2 people a week. Anybody here near that? Or if you're at ground zero, say that too. Anybody else? I think we got most of our reveals. Oh, and Lonnie, go ahead, you too as well. Everybody look at your settings, because when Kim gets on, we do chat here. We like to have a lot of fun engagement, and put your setting to everyone. Or she'll call you out, I promise you. And Carolyn, you got one this week today? Okay, you got a customer this week. How many of you got a customer this week? At least one. And I mean customer or somebody that enrolled in your thing. One this week. Anastasia, You got 2. She's in an experimental team. So is Carolyn. And they both are starting to break the code now. Chip got 1 last Friday. All right, we got some people on track. Leslie, from 0 to 20,000 a month by September. Susan, I'm here now because, funnily enough, I decided to get cracking, to get cracking with the business. How long have you been in it? I talked to somebody today. I've been on Zoom a lot today, and one of the gals that I spoke to has been in a company for 10 years. 10 years. And had never enrolled anybody. Lonnie, go ahead and put your settings to everyone. And Kim, you'll come off of mute in a second. And
Yeah, I'm off of mute right now, just listening to somebody saying who was in there for 10 years.
yeah, I'm telling this one she was in a top rank because she bought a lot of stuff over the years. So it kind of ranked her up. So she was really happy that she had this rank. So I said, well, how many people have you put in? Customers in the last, couple of months?
Mm-hmm.
None. How many over the last 10 years? Not really anybody except my mother and my relatives. But I have top rank. Well, how much are you earning off of that? And of course, she has a lot of product on the shelves. And she goes, I just don't know how to do it. So I send people, and I'll just leave this with Kim and she can float with it. What am I doing wrong? And so I ask a little bit about her process. What are you doing? And what do you say? And a little diagnostic. And she goes, well, I send them the link. They're like all into it. They're ready to go. And I say, okay, I'm emailing you the link. And this is how you get the stuff. And so she sends her little link off. Next day she checks, nobody's ordered. That person didn't order. The other 10 people didn't order. Nobody ordered. And she goes, what am I doing wrong? So I'll just tell you, Kim, and leave it there. She said, I'm just baffled. They're excited and they don't order after I send them the link. And they said, I'm ready. I'm all in. No orders. Common problem. Anybody else have that where you sent a link and you told them a lot of good stuff and you thought they were going to go order? And what happened? So there you go. A mystery to solve.
Right. All right, good. This is Kim, and I'm glad that you had a couple of minutes with Vic. How many realize or know that when somebody says, yeah, I'm interested in that. I'd like to kind of know about that. How many people know that probably the worst thing to do in the world is to send them to your company website to go sign up? Who here knows that or didn't know before just now that that's probably the worst thing to do in the world? Right? You all know now, right? Why? Because the site is boring. The site isn't engaging. The site is not warm. The site doesn't ask questions like, what do you need? What have you tried before? Do you like this flavor or that flavor? There's no warmth. There's no warmth. There's no embrace. There's just, unless you go to Apple, where you're going to buy like a new phone or something and you know exactly what you're going to get. Most people, when they buy a product from somebody in the network marketing business, haven't got a clue. The site is a mess. You don't know how to order. There's so much stuff there. Oh my God. So lesson number 1 is, if somebody says, yeah, I'd like to know what you have, never send them to your company replicated website. That's lesson 1. That's a freebie. I didn't even think that anybody did that anymore. But if that's what the lady did, you see, when somebody signs up and they say, oh, this is so easy, anybody can do it. Oh, anybody can do it. Vic, can you hear me okay? Anybody can do it. All you have to do is just give them the link and have them sign up. Well, that's not how it is. Who has found that the business is easy, that to make money is easy, that all you have to do is just talk to people? Has anybody found that that's the case? Who tell me yes, who has found that that's what it is? Of course, if it were, you wouldn't be here, would you? Right? Right? Does anybody agree? You think the business is easy or not easy? Is it easy to make money in a business? Yes or no?
No, it's not easy. Never.
That's why we have 95% or 98% over really just about everybody drops out. Why? And some people tell me, well, Kim, they also drop out of other things. So what? I don't care about the other things. I care about us and our business, our industry, our women, our people who come in here and really think maybe it's something that could make a difference in their life. And the way they're taught it wrecks the whole thing, including their self-esteem, right? Yeah, that's exactly right. Like Catherine Jasmine. Do you love to talk to people? Oh my God, love to talk to people. Oh yeah, love to talk to people, except when it comes to the business. And then, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I clam up. I that. Well, you know, I that, right? Talking to people's easy. Talking with the intent to try to sell the person or get them to buy is not talking to people. How many of you know that? How many of you have discovered that talking to people is one thing? Oh, the weather, the kids, the hemorrhoids, the husbands, right? And the funeral, whatever. But when it comes time to talk about the business, it's like, why? I'll tell you why, just so, especially for the girls, maybe if the guys are extra sensitive, if we talk to somebody and we know we have a hidden agenda that they don't know about, we clam up. That is the bottom line. You see, that's why. You see that? Everybody get that? Like Catherine? There's nothing wrong with you. This isn't what we do to friends. Oh, how are you? And how are things? Oh, yeah. And all the time you're thinking about, when can I bring up? When can you dump it on them that you want money and you've got this great thing, right? So we don't ever do that. Never, never, never. If you want, remind me at the end, Vic, I'll give you a little script for talking to people where they know in the first 10 seconds that you are in a business, you're marketing stuff before you even say one other thing. Would you like to know that? How to do that? What do you say when? Woo! Yeah. Well, I have a book, an orange book. For some of you who talk to Vic, some of you may have that, but I can tell you how to say any of that stuff, no matter what it is, because it's everything that they don't teach you how to do, really. All right, so let me see if we can do this. Okay, so how to enroll 2 people per week. A warning for those of you that don't know, the stuff we teach is very different. I believe that except for how to enroll 2 people a week, those words on this page, every single thing is the opposite of what they teach you. And I've done this way for 30 years. And I don't think I'll ever change unless it's to become more extreme in finding ways to stop pretending that you're just having a conversation when you're in business and your business purpose is to make some money. Now, how many of you actually want to make some money? Or you're going to tell me, no, I want to share and I want to be passionate. And you can do that, but you won't need this. My whole approach is for people, not people who are looking for social networks, for friends to go to the Eric's events every year or whatever events. No. If you want to have a business where the purpose of the business is to give somebody what they need, specific people, so that they give you money and you can have a career where you can make an extraordinarily good living, that's who this is for. That's who this is for. Like a business, They call it network marketing. Now, it's not completely independent because they have the product and all that, but you are the one who does the hard part. What's the hard part? Do you think it's hard to come up with a weight loss product? Tell me really. Do you guys think that's really hard? I want to source a weight loss product. You Google it. There are probably a million places where Vic and I, and all of you today could source a weight loss, a skincare, anything you want. There will be people available with factories and equipment to create any product we want. Getting a product is not that difficult. No. What's hard? Selling the stuff, getting people to buy it and give you money and be happy. That's what's hard. Why do you think every network marketing company has a distributor base? If it were so easy, why don't the heads of the companies sell the stuff themselves? Why aren't they all selling it? All these people that are telling you, oh, it's so easy, anyone can. Well, why aren't you doing it? Why are you at corporate? Why do you have to have a salary? If it's so easy and it's so good, why aren't you selling it? Why aren't you making 100 times what you would be making right now? We make more than all the corporate people in all companies we've ever been in. Did you know that? All of them. Because we know how to sell stuff. There's no limit to what you can earn if you know how to market. Are you with me? All right, cool. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. How to enroll 2 people a week. Okay, first we're gonna do a little exercise. It's gonna be quick. I just wanted to be sure that you get this. Draw a line across your page like this. Draw it in the middle of the page because you're not gonna need a place for two more lines above it. You're gonna write 2 sets of numbers above this line. Everybody got your line? Tell me you got your line. A line across the page like this. Do you have it? Okay, who else? You guys, everybody do this. You're gonna flip when you see. And if you don't do it, hang up. Because if you're not gonna participate, this is for people who wanna do stuff. You wanna change, do something different. This is gonna knock you out. You got your line. All right, number 1, in the next 12 months. So say 12 months from today. What's today, Vic? March? So let's say March 2023. That's 12 months from now. About per month, what do you want to be earning per month that you would commit to? Again, if you pick a wish number, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, that's fine. I mean, you can, it might look nice in the group, but it won't do anything for you. Pick a number that you could commit to. I am going to learn how to do this because this is what I want to achieve. So pick that number. You got the number? Everybody have a number on there? Per month. You got one? Say yes, I got it. Just put Y.
Lots of yeses. Yep.
Okay. Next, put that number here. See that? Leave a space for another number. So you got your line, leave a space, and I put the number per month above it. Or you can put per year, whichever one you want. I'm going to give you examples. So you got it? You put it? 1,000 a month. Okay, great. Next, that's what you want to earn. Then this year, what did you earn? Let's put this month. What'd you earn this 19? We'll pretend it's 2022. Let's say, what did you earn here per month? Put that number here. Last month, or the month before, or the month before that. What did you actually earn? Okay. So you might have here in a year, I want to have, say, pretend $5,000 a month. And this year I only earned in my business on average, I don't know, $100 a month or $500 a month or nothing. I'm ground zero, like Vicki said. Okay. You all have that numbers, those 2 numbers, what you want to earn per month or per year, if you want that. And what you actually did earn last year per month or per year. Do you all have that? Say yes. Just say yes in the group. Let me see. Okay. Well, I'm sure the new people do this because when you see this, it's quite interesting.
Lots of yeses.
Okay, so let's say that you want to earn 100,000 for the year, next year, okay? From now on, 2022 to 2023, from March to March, we're going to say we want to earn from our business at least 100 grand for the whole year. That's about 8,000 a month. Are you with me? Say yes. Yes, 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 or no. You got it? Okay, then what did you earn last year? Put that here. Okay, you got it? So for last year, if you put for the whole year 100,000, what did you earn last year? Might be 1,200 bucks. I don't know, 1,500 bucks, 2,000 bucks. Put the number. You got it? So what you actually earn, okay? So let's say that for the business last year, somebody earned $1,000. A lot of people didn't earn anything at all. So don't think this is a big deal, okay? So here's what this means. Y'all ready for this? Take this number, subtract this number. And here's what you're going to get. Your negative that you did not earn, that you wanted to earn from your business is $99,000. What are some of the negative numbers you guys got? Earn what you want to earn in the next 12 months versus what you earned in the last 12 months from your business. With this example, it's minus 99,000. You want to give me any of your numbers that you've got? We're among friends. Believe me, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's the way it is for almost everybody in the industry. Do I see some numbers? You guys going to be a chicken and not tell? You don't have to tell. It's all right with me. I'm just saying. Sometimes it's nice to just say, I want to earn this much. I only earn this much. And I'm down $99,000. Right? Just think about this. The question I have is, does it really matter to you or not? See, I don't know if it matters to you, but we're going to find out here, right? 99,000 is what you lost last year. by not learning how to earn what you said you wanted to earn. You see, do all of you know that the money's out there? Whatever you want to earn is out there, that there are people who have it that would give it to you if you just knew how to approach them. Tell me yes or no. Do we have any people here that think there's no money? Oh my God, there's so much money. Oh, when I see who uses it and gets it, you just want to get sick. There's a lot of money. Do you see this? So 99,000 is what you lost last year by not learning how to earn what you said you wanted to earn. Yeah, totally, absolutely. It's everywhere. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you want to lose it again this year? That's my question, because you didn't learn how. Yes or no? Because you can lose it again. You put your number up, you don't learn how to do it. You kind of, oh, I'm kind of tired tonight. So and next year comes by and you got another one. And pretty soon you run out the clock and then you're done. And they don't even have money to bury you because you're so in the poorhouse. Right? Is that how you want to leave yourself? Hey, Leslie, good to see you, buddy. Was he a good boy today, Vicky, on the call with you?
Oh, very. We're doing a part 2 after.
Okay. Yeah, he's a doll. Leslie, you're a doll. You deserve so many good things. We know him pretty well. All right. So you don't want to lose it again. So shall we get the show on the road? You ready for this? To make the change. Got to make a change. Right? Otherwise things are going to stay the way you are. Believe me, we won't keep this yellow up too long. I just wanted to get your attention. All right. Number 1, who has decided? This is not a wish. This is not, oh, if it's not too hard, oh, if I'm not busy. Decided, number 1, that you will do whatever it takes. You will do whatever it takes. It doesn't make any difference. You decide or don't. See, that's what I had to do. And so we decided, and we will do whatever. And I haven't even started whatever with what we're doing right now. Haven't even started. Just getting to tell you this excites me to think, oh man, you've been a wuss. You got to get bigger, fatter, more impactful, do more. Right, Vic? I mean, I feel like a wussy woo, but you have to start somewhere. You decide. You're going to do whatever it takes. Anastasia, congratulations. You, by the way, have a marvelous market with Russian speakers living in America. I'll tell you something. When we, some years ago, my second or third company, I can't remember which one, I think it was the third one, maybe, it was a kind of an alarm type company. And we realized that Asians, I hope we got some Asians here. You guys are hot. Asians, whether Vietnamese, Koreans, Taiwan, there's something about people those folks whom I love madly, they just do the thing, right? And so we got a few people that were, I think, either Koreans, South Koreans or whatever, I don't remember. And I said, we want to have more of you. How do we get more of you guys? Because you're really good. They hustle, they just up late to 8 to faint like that. And they said, well, why don't we run an ad to the Koreans in the San Francisco area, Korean speakers, Korean community. And that is what we did. We blew it out of the park. Why? Because we wanted people that were looking for opportunity, that saw this as an opportunity and that were grateful on their knees, that there was an opportunity to make infinity money. That's why. And we are so soft in this country. I mean, there are 15 places where you can get help if you don't have enough money to buy your next video game. These people didn't come from that, you see, and you want those people. Don't you want those people? All right. So you decided you're going to do whatever it takes. And of course, whatever's legal, okay? So to add at least $5,000 a month income to your business in the next 12 months. Let's start with a small number. We're going to add $5,000 a month to your business income in the next 12 months. Are you ready for this? Let me see if anybody's ready for this. No, it's not going to be talking to everybody you see on the street. No, don't worry about that. We don't do dumb stuff. If you want to earn big money, you cannot be stupid. You have to think first. How are you going to do this? As one girl said, oh, there's nobody to talk to. Really? There's nobody to talk to. There are people all around. in your house. You step outside your front door, there are people walking up and down, there are people driving down the street. There are people at the market, there are people at the mall, there are people at the farmer's market, there are people at the bank, there are people at the post office, there are people in coffee shops, there are people everywhere. What do you mean there are no people to talk to? So if you feel like there's nobody to talk to, your first step is to define the problem. There are many people to talk to, aren't there? What's the real problem? What is it? What's the real problem? Is it really a problem that there are no people to talk to? Come on, I just told you. That's like a fish saying, my gosh, I can't find the water. Well, damn, you're in the ocean. It's all around. What's the real problem? Is it really that there are no people to talk to? So there are all these people. Why don't you talk to them? What's the problem? Why don't you? Anybody? How to sort? Okay. So you're standing in front of somebody and then what? What are you going to do? Hey, I'm trying to sort. Is that going to do it? Yeah, what do you say? There's all these people. Yeah, okay. Well, what do I say? And this is that conflict that I mentioned in the beginning. We as humans, particularly women, don't like to go and make friends and say, when you know you have an agenda that they don't know about, and it requires in the end that they buy something from you. Do you see that? This makes it very difficult. Well, we're going to fix that right now. Okay, ready to fix that? 5,000 a month. You said, who has decided? Vic, check to see who's decided, because some of you guys are on our team. You better decide, because and then you do whatever it takes to add at least this much per month in the next 12 months to your business. Money from your business. Okay, we got that? Any business. It can be network marketing, it can be affiliate marketing, you can be a coach. I don't care what you do, so long as you have something to offer that is valuable to somebody out there who doesn't know you have it, and they will give you money for it, right? And you're willing to accept money for it. Okay, all right, Vic, so you got the chat going. All right, so here we go. We got to do two things. And these are conceptual. If you don't get them right, you'll do everything else wrong. Okay. Number one, you got to bring in paying customers. We got that part? You want to make this money? There's a couple things you have to do. You just don't know how to do them. But some people don't know that this is what you have to do. Like the gal that Vicki was talking to beforehand, who'd been in the business for 10 years. I can't believe that. She never brought in one paying customer. If you don't bring in a paying person, you will never make any money. Do you realize that? Some of you don't know that. And it's not because you're dumb. It's because your upline in your company filled your head full of, I don't know what, but that it's okay just to share and to be passionate, right? That may be fine, but if it's money you want, you have got to bring in paying people. Am I right or am I right? Yes or no? You have to acknowledge, you have to do an evil thing. Bring in people who pay money. Many people think that's evil. So they say, no, we share. No, if you want Momo, it's fine. We've had a guy come. He said, well, I really didn't feel like it was right to ask for money, but I've been that way for, I don't know, he was 74, 75 when he came. He said, I've been that way for 20 years. And now he said, I'm totally broke. I have got to have money. You see, so start with that approach now. Right, got it. All right. Number two, you have to bring in reps. Those are called, depending on your company, agents. They can be reps, they can be ambassadors, whatever you call them. And what is that? That is a customer who pays. It's also a paying customer. See, in both cases, you're bringing in people who pay for something. And in one case, the paying customers who also want to market and sell, also market and sell, but they still pay the Momo for the original product or program. Do you see that? Tell me, yes, you got this. So you're bringing in paying customers and you're bringing in reps. Those are people who are paying customers also, who also market and sell. We got this? All right, and then this little third bonus, you want to help keep them in. That's a later training. How many of you have a business and you're having trouble keeping people in? We might do a special training for you. Yeah, but how many people have like at least 5 people in their business and they're having trouble keeping them in or keeping them active. Okay. Yeah, we might do a special training for you guys. Yeah, make a note, Vic, because that'd be really interesting. It'd be more advanced training, but it's very sexy.
Mhm.
All right, very sexy. All right, so you got the two things. Bring in the paying customers. So put in the chat the two words, paying customers. Added to lot. Most people, well, at least you still got three, Catherine. You're better than most people. Most people said I put in four and there's one left and she's threatening to give back the product. Right. Because they all came in for the wrong reasons. And I'm going to change that for you right now. Okay. Paying customers. Right. And paying reps. Those are what we're doing. We're bringing in the Momo, but we don't get the money directly. Let me tell you what sell means, how we define sell. A lot of people say, oh, no, we don't sell, we share. Great. What do you do for a living? Oh, I share real estate. Really? Uh-huh. And what do you do? Oh, I share cars. Mm-hmm. Great. And what do you do? Oh, I share Apple computers. Okay. You don't have to sound like that because they all know you're one of those people doing one of those things. I'll give you a much better answer for that. But where the money comes from, you need to understand this. When you bring in a customer or a rep who is nothing but a paying customer who also said, I'm going to sell stuff, they give the company money. Do you understand this? Say yes, tune in. They give the company money. Unless you're a coach, like in our case, we have a couple things going on. One of which is where people give our company money, right? Or the person running the company, right? But in a networking company, the whole idea is that you don't have to come up with a product. So it's a great way to start. So the person gives your company money. Tell me you understand this. They hand over the Momo to the company, whatever it happens to be. You got this? Okay. Let's say they hand over $1,500 to the company. You don't see any of that just yet. Okay. And then what happens is the company gives you part of that money. Do you understand that? It's like real estate. If somebody sells a house for $200,000 and you're the listing agent, there's the 5%, let's pretend 5% commission. Do you all understand that? A $200,000 house, the agent gets 5% commission. Tell me you understand that. Who knows how much that would be? How much commission is that? The house is sold for 200,000. What's 5%? What is that?
10K.
All right. 10K, $10,000. That's the percent of the selling price. Now you may not get all that if you're the listing agent and you also brought in the buyer, great. But you might have to share with another brokerage house, right? So you each get 5,000. And in the brokerage house, it might be there's an agent. So within that 5,000 that brokerage house A gets, it might be the agent gets half of it and the broker gets half of it. But it's a 5% commission on the selling price of a $200,000 house. Ours is kind of like this. We get people who pay money to somebody else, like our company, and then we get a piece of that money back. You all understand that? That's the way it works, like a commission. Okay. So let's say it's $1,500. And let's say that that's what you get to them to give the company. The company gives you, say they give you $500. Does that make sense? That's usually for what they call the product when you do the first product introduction or the fast start bonus. There are a lot of names for that. So what's happened? You've earned $500. Is that good or is that good? Who's happy? You get $1,500. Somebody gives the company $1,500 and you get $500 for that transaction. Y'all see that? Tell me yes. Because this is heavy duty math. That's why the print's really big. So there's no screwing up and no getting antsy about it. Okay, we got this part. Now they also, in our business, they pay you on these monthly orders because what we want, the advantage of this model, one reason that I love it so much, the model, not the way it's taught. It's disgusting the way that it's taught. But the model, the network marketing model, is that you do the hard work of making the sale, getting the customer one time. And then if they stay on, if you did a good job, they stay on and have a standing order for another 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And you make a percent on that every single month. Do you understand that? That's the interest. That's what makes this good. And you can do that with companies, just your personally sponsored clients, if you sponsored nobody downline and you had 100 customers of your own who pay the company $100 a month, right? And you get $10 for each one. What are you earning every single month that they reorder? Okay, you got 100 customers. Just write it down, 100 customers. They each paying the company $100. Let's make it small. You got 10 customers. They're each paying $100. How much is that? You got it? Here, we can do this.
1,000.
We got $1,000, right? Is that what we have?
Yep.
Everybody got that? Say yes. So you're making anywhere from $100 to $1,000 a month on just your personally sponsored customers or reps, that just yourselves without anybody in the downline at all. Do you see how that works? Yeah. And $1,000 a month is probably more than some people are making right here, right now. Is that correct? So don't laugh at $1,000 a month. If you want to make 10,000 a month, you have to get to 1,000 first. You have to get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and then 10,000. See how that works? Can be really fast, but the point is on the monthly orders. Okay. Usually the companies pay between 3 and 5% of the people in your downline on what they call the volume. And on the dollar amount, it's usually 3 to 5%. So I picked 5 if you're qualified, okay, on your pay plan. So there's two kinds of money. That initial fast start bonus money, bringing in the product money. Remember that? We talked about that. $500. You bring the company $1,500 and you get $500. That's a one-time deal. Those are the one-time monies, okay? This money that we're talking about here is if you have got either a bunch of frontline customers that you personally sponsored or an organization of people that also have customers and reps. And depending on how many levels or how many generations, or if you have a binary, it's about 5% of most of that stuff. You got that? 3 to 5%, okay? If you're qualified. Remember, you have to be qualified. The qualifications are really weird sometimes, but the point is that's about what they pay out, okay? So if your volume is $10,000 a month, right? All your people, you and your customers, you may, with or without any downline. It might be just you have frontline customers, okay? You may not have anybody who's 3 deep or 5 deep or anything like that. So if your volume is $10,000 a month and you're qualified, you would be earning $300 to $500 every single month. Do you see that? Tell me yes. It's going to make, this is the end of the math lesson. It's critical that you understand this and not go around acting like you have no clue how the money gets made. Do you think Elon Musk has no clue how his money gets made? Do you think Steve Jobs has no idea how the money gets made? How many people do you think stand around going, oh, we have no clue. We don't, just God gave it to us, right? John Rockefeller ran his business with one book that he had with him at all times for all of his 97 years. And it was a small ledger with a pencil. That was it. A ledger. He didn't need a computer. He could look at numbers because he'd been studying them since he was like 9 or 10, because that was a business he got into, accounting. And he could look through 50 pages of deep numbers and say, that one's wrong. And they go, oh, it is. Right? Numbers. Either you're taking in more than you're spending or you're not. That's the question. And is it worth making changes so that you do earn more than you're spending? Yes or no? And on that decision, they would buy companies. You see that? Okay. So this is what we have this now. We're good with this. Now that you get the money, we got to figure out how we're going to get these people. What are we going to say? Right? Are you ready for that? Tell me yes. Who's ready for the next part? So now how are we going to get these people? Isn't that the next question? That's what we want to know. There's people everywhere, but we don't know how to get them. We like getting people. We've built 6 of these. We're doing a 7th experimental team, everything to the top and faster than usually anyone else had ever done it in that company's history. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of the ways that we've done this, are you ready? To get people, so to speak, get into your business You have to do one thing, and the word begins with an A. Anybody can tell? How? I love you too, Catherine. Here we go. You're going to attract them. Attract. The job of a marketer is to attract the right people to you. So you only talk to those people. That's step one. Tell me, yes, you have this. Attract. So it's not presenting to people. No. It's not telling everybody what you have. No. It's not getting up at dinner and say, oh, I got this great thing. You're going to love it. No. What is it? Let me see in the group. What do we just say you have to do? Type it in the chat so that you never take it out of, tattoo it on your hand. Attract them. Attract them. The minute you have that in your mind, ask yourself, does that mean it could be everybody? Yes or no? Is that possible? Right? Is it possible that you could attract everyone? Did Jesus attract everyone? Did the Buddha attract everyone? Does everybody love Elon Musk? Did everybody love Steve Jobs? Does everybody drive a Range Rover? Does everybody use, I don't know, Gleam toothpaste? Is that still a toothpaste even? Does everybody live on the beach? Does everybody want to go to Hawaii? Does everybody wish they had a house in Costa Rica? Yes or no? Right? Does everybody use the Shure microphone? Everybody use an Apple computer? So you're going to attract them, number one. So here's our job. You got to get their attention. And if I could have made this a GIF, I would have. Get their attention. You see this? You have to get their attention. Okay, and here is whose attention you want. This is jargon. I'll tell you what it means. It's your market. Who is your market? For example, Range Rover has certain people that are their market. And in the car world, you have, in all worlds, you got basically three really gross areas on a scale. You have low end, mid size, and you have high end. And then even more than that, luxury. Okay, so a Range Rover is probably about 80 grand. That is at the higher end of the car range. Do you see that? So the people who market Range Rovers don't really go to areas or to people where the income is maybe under $50,000 a year. Why? Well, usually they're not likely to buy that kind of a high-end car, are they? Hello, we there? So attracting means that you need to know what the buying habits are of the people that you're talking to, and not by talking to every last one of them, pretending to be their friend, ask what's in their cabinet, and then see if you can sell them something. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. Okay. So your market, now let me just describe who that is. So, you know, I just want to get the idea of market. So you have low end, middle end, and higher end. You have that part? That's true for everything. Homes, clothing, hats, all of it. Okay. Now, the market that you have, that we all have, is there are people who have a problem. Here, let me do this here. People who have a problem that we can solve. You as an entrepreneur, if you see yourself as an entrepreneur, you are somebody who solves the problems of other people. And P.S., if you give up at the first sign of an obstacle of your own, you decide how much of an entrepreneur you really are. If your job as an entrepreneur is to solve a problem, like Elon thinks his job is to save the earth from itself. Why? Because he thinks we're destroying ourselves. Therefore, let's go to Mars. That's his solution. And we'll see if we can colonize Mars. That's one of his big goals. Because he thinks it's a problem. And a lot of people have since said, you know, we are destroying ourselves. Mars is a good place. Some people don't think Mars is a good place. Who cares what they think? He's doing his thing. whether we like it or not, right? And in the process, by the way, of learning how to go to Mars and build rocket ships that do that, because of course the government would never finance anything like that. It would take them 100 years to even formulate the issue, the problem. So what he did in the process, he's gotten so good at making medium-sized rockets that he can now every week send out 48 Starlink satellites every week, launching from Cape Canaveral, and they all go to guess where? Ukraine. The government, our government, couldn't do that in 100 years. They couldn't even agree to it. But you see, his goal was so big and he was so committed that in the process of getting there, he had to do smaller steps first. Like for you, you want to get to 10,000 a month, you got to do 1,000 a month first, then 2,000. Then once you're good at that, you can teach somebody how to make 1,000 and 2,000. That's what he did. And so his mid-stage rockets are really helping save a country that is under stress right now. And one of the reasons they have been stressed is because they couldn't communicate. The police and the defenses couldn't communicate with each other because the satellites weren't working. So along comes Elon Musk. Imagine somebody sends him a Twitter. Hey, Elon, the vice president of the company, we don't have any satellites working. And since instead of you screwing around going to Mars, why don't you send us some satellites and do something useful here on Earth? That's basically what the message said. It's on Twitter. So you're doing all your big stuff. Do something small, will you? Send us. Do you see that? And he said, okay, tomorrow we'll have them. Lo and behold, if he didn't turn all of his operations, we're going to put this thing, 48 Starlinks in there. We're going to send them all to Ukraine. And within 48 hours, they had 48 satellites over there so they could all communicate. They have 100,000 downloads per day over there in that country. It's the only thing that, you see that? So once you commit, you can do wondrous things for other people. And I mean, it's put him on the map and it's helped him. Okay. So people who have a problem, this is what you can do. So now I got to start thinking about who has a problem that you can solve, and it needs to be specific. This is why marketers make a lot of money. See that? All right, here. I'm going to give you an example. So it's the who and it's the problem. This is how marketers make enormous amounts of money. They learn how to do this. You got to learn how to do this. Are you with me, Catherine, Evelyn, all you guys, Susan? Are you with me? Yes or no? You got to learn how to do this? I'll tell you what, shut off everything else. Learn basics. All right, so it's who and a problem. Okay, so here's a group that we can solve, that we can help. A network marketer, okay? Okay, so this is a network marketer, and this is the who. Okay, notice it's not a person. Notice it's not just a girl. No, it's a network marketer. And what is their problem? Okay, the who is a network marketer. Get this straight. So you need to be able to define who it is, and the more specific, the better. We make this much more specific, but this is a start. The who. Okay, where's my thingy here? Okay. Okay, so what is their problem? Look right here. Let's see if I can make this better for you. Okay. Get rid of this. All right. All right, so remember we had this at the top. The network marketer is the who. Doesn't know how to attract their market. That's the problem. Who's the network marketer? What's the problem? They're broke because she doesn't know how to attract her market. Whatever, you go, whatever you got to do. Okay. Who's got that? You see how this works? So the who, that's what you got to do. This is the big job you have, and the problem. And the more specific, the better it is. Okay. So you need words of attraction, because remember, the job is to attract. We have to attract our market. Who is the market? Who's the market? Who can tell me what your market is? Who is your market? just in general. We got two things. People who have a problem we can solve. That's the basic, right? Remember? In my example, a network marketer is the who. That's the network marketer. What's the second part? Is broke because she doesn't know how to attract her market. You got that? So now we need to have words to attract these people, because you need to know who they are first. Who is it? What's the problem? Right? Like it might be people that have been trying to lose weight for 100 years and they're still fat, and they don't want to eat grass or what is it? Rabbit food. Yeah. Right. Okay. So here's a more struggling network marketers. You see how I notice how I'm narrowing down, not any network marketers, but struggling network marketers. Okay. Now, the way this makes that market better is the assumption is that somebody's doing something, right? So you're here. So I would not just call you network marketers. I would call you struggling network marketers, because you're trying to do something versus being a network marketer in name and you haven't done anything in 10 years, like this lady who gave 3 people her links and never did a thing since. She's not struggling. She's just a signed up network marketer who never did anything, right? Did you see this? All right. Okay. So now what are the words of attraction going to be? So here, because remember, you need to know who it is and what's the problem. And the more specific you have this. Now the words to attract them. We'll start on Facebook. Okay. Because you're going to do posting. We also have a class where we teach you how to talk to people that are, when you start calling your list. And when we talk about calling your list, it's not going to be anything like you have ever done with anybody with your memory joggers and all that, those kind of nauseating scripts that you have. We have something that makes the other people want to pick up the phone, no matter how many times they've said no. Okay, this is a separate class, but I want to give you these just for posting, so you know what to post on your profile. Okay, just to give you an example. So I might say struggling, call out the audience, struggling network marketers. Just imagine on my Facebook profile, I would say struggling network marketers. This is called calling out the audience. Okay, you got that? And now I'm going to give them a little content. So they're going, who's going to read this? Struggling network marketers? Would anybody who's not one read this any further than this line? Right? Yes or no? The only people reading it are those who are struggling with network marketers. So what am I going to say next? This. If you're having trouble enrolling 2 customers each week, now who's going to want to read that? Well, most of you that are probably here. Are you having trouble enrolling 2 customers each week? Do you see this? Tell me yes. So you've got somebody who's continuing to read. That means they're your market. Doesn't mean they're going to buy, but at least they're in the market. Got that? Now we're going to say, we want you to do something. So we know you need to somehow raise your hand. So we know you, the writer of this, knows that you are somebody that I might be able to help. Do you see this? Or you get this? Yeah. So Susan, you want to change your setting to from host and panelists to everyone, so people know you're getting it. Okay. So if you are having so struggling network marketers, that you? Yeah, that's me. You having trouble enrolling 2 customers each week? Yeah. I can't roll anybody. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay. Then we say, read this. That's what they call a call to action, jargon CTA. It's a way for a person for you to say, tell me if you want this. So you say, read this, or you might say, watch this if you have a little video, or you might say me. We do these all the time. I have posts where we'll say, if you want the link, say me, give me the link, give me the link. And I'll have one post and we'll have 100 people asking for the link. Well, guess what? They get the link and they have to opt in. Guess what that means? I'm building my email list. Is it costing me any money? Nada. And the only people coming into it, adding onto my list, and if you learn how to build one of those, who are they? People that have an interest. They're in the market. And at some point, some percentage of those buy. This is one way to do this. It makes sense? Y'all see this? Notice there's nothing about the company. Did you see anything about the company? Yoo-hoo. Nothing about the product. Nothing. Oh my God, there's nothing about the product. No, nothing. I could have said, you know, we have a great big school. We have this and that and the other. Who cares? I got to figure out first if they have a problem that I can solve. So I call them and say, yoo-hoo, is this something that you have trouble with? If so, say me, click here, do this, do that. And I'll show you the next step. It won't be jumping in the bed in the back seat the first night. No, you're going to show, you have to prove that you know how to help first without charging any money. Like we're doing right here. What do you think this is? Right? This is exactly what we're doing, demonstrating that we know how to do this in a very unique and different way that doesn't make people cry. You don't need Johnson's baby shampoo because nobody cries doing this stuff. You know what I mean? Not anymore. No technobabble. Oh, we had some guy do an ad in a text message saying, oh, this is all the latest stem cell therapy and hoo-ha. Well, you have to call, you don't know that the person has any idea in any of that. So you're wasting all your ammunition on people who aren't even in the market. Do you know what I mean? Y'all see that? Yeah. Once you get this, you can't go back to the old way. So we're attracting the who. You got this? Who is it? Who are we attracting? They got the problem. Okay? The problemo, or whatever you call it. This is it. Problem. They have it. And they're saying, yeah, that's me. And this is where we start the conversation. So it's a problem that you can solve either with yourself, because you're a coach or an expert, like you might be an eye doctor. I can help you make sure you don't go blind, right? That's it. That's all you want, the ones with the problem. And then you have to be really specific, because you can't go around saying, hey, listen, if you're a fat, read this. Because everybody's saying that already. Hey, everybody, the whole place is overweight. Is there anybody not overweight? I mean, you know, Vic and I, we're pretty slinky, but you know, a lot of people are overweight, right? 2/3. So you can't just say, hey, I got something for everybody's overweight, because there are 15 zillion companies doing that. So you have to be really specific and different to get that part. You need just, what do you need? A couple thousand people in your business, and you'd be making that kind of money every month. Really, if you had a couple, 2,000, 3,000 people, you'd be making 4,000 or 5,000 a month if you did it right. Even if you had just customers, right? You make $50 a person or $30 a person, pick something to market where you make more than $1, right? I mean, if you're doing wiener money, and we have people say, oh, we're making a lot of money. Really? Yeah, I signed up 24 people. Great. How much have you made? Well, none yet. Well, when are you going to make money? Well, when they buy something. Why would you sign people up and do all that work and hope that maybe number 26 is going to spend $9? Is this any way to make $10,000 a month in a year? Right? You want people that have a problem that is meaningful to them, and you want to offer a kind of a solution that's different. So you offer somebody hope, because most people that have problems with skin, hair, weight, and money, those big issues, you know, health and money and all that, they have tried things before that didn't work. That's why you want to be really conscious of that, that you're not the only thing on the planet. So you have to let people know, well, you've probably tried a few things, right? And I guess it didn't work. Yeah. So what have you tried? Oh, this. Oh, yeah. I got it. And, you know, don't say anything bad about it, but you got something new. You're offering hope with a different approach. Okay. So the problem has to be that you can do it with yourself, with your skills, and the product or program that you have. Okay. Now, if you don't know what to do here, you kind of go, well, how do I know what they have? You don't know what they have. So what you're going to do is, the way we've done all this is we decide what the problem is that we can solve based on how we solved our own problem. So, for example, you all should have a before and after for your product or your service or your program. If you don't, it makes it way, way harder to sell it. Doesn't mean that you can't. It just makes it a lot harder. And you'll take years instead of a week to get your first big order. Okay, we have people like that that are in here. It took a long 3 years before he finally made a sale, because he wasn't using the product himself before. So it was really hard. So you have to go to the market then, what real marketers do, and go and find out what they want without selling them anything. Very difficult to do, right? So you do your own before and after. So let me give you an example. Let's say one of the first kind of promotions, I guess, that we ran is we used to market a product that was fruits and veggies in capsules. Okay, that's what it was. Fruits and veggies. The company's still in business. We helped put them on the map. And so who is the person, if you're going to market fruits and veggies in capsules and you take them yourselves, the nutrients, in the capsules, so they don't squish up a broccoli and put it in a capsule. Okay. You take the broccoli, you get the nutrients out of it, and you put those in a capsule. Y'all see that? Okay. So who is going to be the person that will have that problem? Remember we said who and what's the problem? So who is it? People who, what are they struggling to do? Get their fruits and veggies into their diet. Are you with me? Tell me yes. But they want to get fruits and veggies into their diet because they know they should. It's going to be healthier for them, but they don't want to go and buy all that stuff and then take it home and clean it, my God, and cook it and then clean up the mess. Nine dunker. I don't want to do any of that. I'm not doing that. Right? So that was who it was for. Not everybody's going to buy this. So here's how we positioned it with the marketing, with the words to attract the people that we could serve, because we were calling out the problem that we knew we had. We called out ours and said, if you're like this, come on over and check this out. Are you with me? What now, Susan, you don't want to say they need it in their diet, because then they do. That's true. But you can't market like that, because they're going to say, well, you're telling me what I need. And like these religious zealots. Susan, I'm going to show you how we do this right now. You ready for this? You'll see how we position this so it's not we who are telling them what they need. Because you can't do that. If you market something and say, this is for those people who don't eat right and they won't, right, and you get mad at the person that needs the help, this is not any way to win friends. And you know what I mean? So check this out, Susan. See if you can see the words that separate who's doing the needing here. Okay, so tune in. Leslie, you tune in. Let's see who else should tune in. Hillary, tune in. Let's see who else has got their brain screwed in. Catherine, okay. Kit. Yeah, you stay and don't do anything. Watch these words. Somebody who knows they should get their 5 to 9 fruits and veggies, but isn't, and wants to somehow do that. Okay, Catherine, what's the difference? Between what you wrote up there and what this says right here. Tell me, type it in the chat. I want to see. Who can see the difference between telling somebody, well, you need this, and typing this? Somebody who's doing the knowing of the need here? You, as the marketer, you're going to tell them what they need. Who said they know? Leslie.
They're
yes.
attracting what they want versus telling them what they want, Susan.
Yeah, you're attracting people who know they need it already. They don't need you to tell them. That's the difference. You got it? Yeah, Susan, these distinctions are what make a good marketer somebody who can call in all the right people. How do you get all these people? Well, it's for people who know they need this, see, and they don't know what the hell to do. You see that? They know they should, number one, and they're not, number two. Number three, and they want to somehow, All three you need. They know they should. So does everybody. You know, you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. They still drink it. Yep. They know they should stop drinking. That's not enough. They haven't stopped yet. And they want to somehow. All three. They know, yeah. They're not doing it. Yeah. And they want help. They still want to do it. Do you have a way to help this person? That's marketing. That's attracting the people to you. This is how you do this. Does that make sense? All right. That's what we're going to do. But I think we're good to go. You know, and some of you have been doing marketing, right? Where you lead with the product and how great it is and all this kind of stuff, and you don't have much going on. You know, this is kind of the end of the show here. And I wanted to tell you a story about sometimes what happens when people find these new ways and then they kind of stay the same because they think they should. Because this is not anything anybody teaches. This is how we've gotten to the top of everything so fast, including our experimental team. Why? Because that's all we ever talk to. If they don't know they need it, what are we going to talk to them for? And if they know they need it, they haven't done it for 10 years and there's no urgency to do it, why would we talk to them? But they know they haven't done it and they need to do it. And they know now it's now or never. This is who we talk to. All three conditions. Okay. That's really the story. So I want to tell you a story about the doomed fly. This is a great little story. It'll take about 1 minute. Who wants to hear about the doomed fly? Because the reason you want to hear it is to see if you are one. Are you a doomed fly or not? Okay. This comes from this little book. Hey, Leslie, good to see you. This little book right here. See this? Can y'all see this? It's called U Squared, like 30 pages or something. And the author of the book is a guy who was on vacation and he's sitting in his little cabin and he's out the front, he's sitting in front of the window, it's a little writing desk. And to the right of him, to the right of his door is an open door to the outdoors because he's out in the woods in the pine, with pine trees. And he says, there's a small fly burning out the last of its short life energies, a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energies in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly's strategy, try harder. How many of you have seen a fly on a window and they go buzz, 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 and you hear the little buzz? And eventually what happens to the fly? Eventually, are they going to beat the window? Are they ever going to beat the window? Eventually, they're in the bottom of the windowsill and the housekeeper comes and sweeps them up. Right? But this fly doesn't know that, see? But it isn't working. He's trying harder anyway. The frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It's impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. Nevertheless, this little insect has staked its life on reaching its goal through raw effort and determination. The fly is doomed. It will die there on the windowsill. That's it. See? Now ask yourself, he says across the room, 10 steps away, right? Where he's sitting on the left of, when he looks to his left, the window's open right there. The door's open because it's summertime. He says there, the door is open. 10 seconds of flying from the front where he was sitting to right over there on the side, the fly would be free, would be completely free. With only a fraction of the effort that is now being wasted, it could be free of this self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there, right there. It would be so easy. Why doesn't the fly try another approach, something dramatically different? How did it get so locked in on the idea that this particular route, determined effort, that this is the most promise for success? What logic is there in continuing until death to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? It makes sense to the fly, he says. It's an idea that will, however, kill. So trying harder is not the answer. Trying harder, doing it the same way you've been doing it, are you a doomed fly? I guess that's really the question. Do you see what's going on here? You know, are you the doomed fly? Is that who you are? That's really the question. Are you going to keep doing it the same old, and see if that's going to work? And you see that What's hard for you is that the environment you're in, usually with your companies, is the doomed fly approach. Hit on everybody, tell them all how great it is, how wonderful it is. Nobody knows about who do you help? Why don't you call just those people, right? And so the question is, you will continue to hear this. It's like living in a home where everybody says the F word, let's say, and you really want to stop saying that because you just decided, well, if you don't get away from that home or the people who constantly say those words, it's going to be really hard for you. Do you know what I mean? So you want to be around people who don't say that, who might say something else. So being around the environment that you're in makes it hard, but I'm giving you this story so that you know, because most of the people in most of the companies are not making any money. Eric worries, we've known each other for 25 years, 26, 27. We started in the same company, NSA, the water filter company. And of course, he runs the Las Vegas events now every year. And a couple of years ago, he had Tony Robbins there. I think the year before Tony first came, like, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 people, maybe 8 at that time. And he asked the people on video, how many of you here in the room, you're big, right? And Eric's, he is doing his best to help people, right? And he said to them, how many of you have earned enough money from your business last year to pay for the trip in the hotel here, which would be the travel and the staying at the hotel for the week? And I don't think 3% of the people raised their hand. I have it recorded because and then he said only 3%, not even 3%, just a few hands went up. Why? It's the doomed fly teaching approach of banging to everybody, pretending that yours is the best. People don't want to be pushed and sold. So it'll be hard for you. So just come back here and watch this video and ask yourself, do you want to stay on the doomed fly path, even though almost everybody's on it? 95% of the people don't make it, according to Direct Selling Association. And it's not that you are too stupid. It's you've never been in business, so you wouldn't know that you're supposed to, like when you go shopping, girls, do you shop all the sizes? Do you try all the shirts on from size 2 to size 30? No, you say, give me just the 12s or 14s, or give me only these size shoes and this brand and this color. Why? So you get the 5 that are likely to be your match, and then you take one and go home. It's the same. This is the same. You're asking for the ones that are likely to fit, and you take those home. Just like you go shopping for shoes. Does that make sense? So if you want to learn how to do this, we have a couple programs for you, and I'll show you the basics of what they are. You want to see what they are for like 3 minutes? So you know what to do if you want help from us to help you do this in addition to this. Let me see. Make sure that because I'll just take a minute or not, whatever. I'm good. We do this. You want, okay, good. We have a big school. We have a couple different options depending on how committed you are and where you are when you start. In terms of what are you doing now? What's your experience in business? And where do you want to be at what point in time? Like in the next year. So we can see, number one, if we can help you, and 2, which would be the best option to help you get there, okay, and be part of a totally different community. There are no doomed flies in this community, okay? They've gotten past that. So, okay, the big school has 4 pieces. The first one, you have to decide. We only want people in here who have decided that they are going to commit to whatever number they said. Not, oh, if it's a nice day. No. You're going to, like the people who go to the Olympics who say, I'm going to be an Olympic sprinter, Mom. I'm going to do everything to get to that place. They don't care what the how is. The how is the last question. The first thing is, I'm getting to the 5,000 a month or the 10,000 a month, or I'm going to help 200 people doing this, come hell or high water in the next year. Boom. If that's you, first part is we show you the attractor formula, the one I showed you here. How do you do that? No matter what you're marketing, there's a perfect formula to get just the committed people, and you test it and you do it and put it out there. Okay. Second thing, we're going to show you how we use a sowing machine, SOWING, for the podcast people. You're going to sow like Jesus, sow seeds, because it takes a while for the seeds to take root, right? To get a little nurturing, a little sunshine. That's what you want to do. And you want to sow in the right places. so that, remember, you're not being the doomed fly here. Then we're going to show you how to create a virtual magnet, which is a PDF, the virtual meeting online, right? So you don't have to do it. You can do them on the phone if you want. We just like to do them online because it's quicker and everybody's online now, where you have little steps and the person goes, oh, I like this. And oh, I like that. And oh, I like this. And then when they love it, and if they don't, they opt out. They deselect themselves because you don't want the wrong ones. How many people have signed up somebody you wish you had never signed them up? Anybody like that? Who is like that? You sign people up and you go, oh my God, if I could just unsign you up, that would be the best thing in the history of the world, particularly relatives. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just thinking about it. They destroy businesses. You know, so the magnet, right? You want the ones who select, then what? After they select, they book, and you have a calendar and their thing is filled up with people as much as you want. Like today, we book. I am Vicky's booker. I book her stuff. And she has 5, 8 people, as many. And so she says, Uncle, no more, no more. Okay, great. Then the next day. See? And she's only talking to people that have said, yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. They're like us. They want it. And they'll pay the price of time and effort and focus. And then she talks to them. And for the experimental team, I think, what is it? How many are you putting in, Vic? If she talks to 10 people, after
9
I get
out of 10. Pretty much 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 come into the business. How would you like to talk to 10 people and 9 say yes? Hello. We don't want the no's because they make us feel bad, right? They make us feel like something's wrong with us. Well, there's not. It's like trying to sell a VW to somebody who wants a Mack truck. There's nothing wrong with the VW, but it's not a Mack truck and it's just not the same. Do you see that? There's no value. It's matching. Is that the right size shoe or the wrong size shoe? That's all it is. There's nothing more than that. Okay, that's all it is. All right, so then we have the calendar. So then you get the interview. We show you how to do an interview like Vicki does an interview. People love to sit with her. So you have a little template, right? And then what happens? You're going to have new problems because you're going to start enrolling people. So then you're going to have a team to manage. You think, what am I going to do? How are we going to start? Right? With the team, the people. The friends are going to start asking you for money because you're going to have some. You have more. They'll say, well, can I? I see you got some money now. I saw you moved out of the neighborhood. You got a new car. You got a beach house. I mean, can I have some money? I saw you got some extra crypto. Right? Where are we going to vacation? Are you going to buy NFTs? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Right? Sound like fun? So the next step, if you want to figure out if we can help you, go here, maxout.com, maxout.com/pick me. You get a little form here. Go there right now so you can get there first. Yep. And Vicki put it in the chat, which is perfect. Okay. And fill the information in. It's basically, who you are, what you're doing now, why you want to work with us, like that. Okay. And then you will have a chance to connect with Vic. Now, right now, because she's here, we always give people who want to jump to the head of the line a chance to get connected with Vic and book first and be first in line. And her number, if you look in the chat, can you all see that? If you want to book a time, you just text Vic, with here. Yeah.
So I have my text right there. And
yep, and if you want to text, she'll send you the you send them the calendar link, Vic. Is that what you do?
I do, but sometimes it looks like it's full because it jams up so much. So if you text me and somebody postpones or cancels and I see your text, I just jam right in there and get you on the phone, say, hey, I have a space. Let's talk.
Yep.
So I think texting is the most important thing if you really want to do something different or talk to me, and then fill out the little app. Do them both. Why not?
Yep. And then we can see what might be the best thing for you. You guys in there doing that? Everybody have that? Okay. And, we know that there are people that are just dabblers, and there are people that are just dabblers. Am I right? And so if they dabble, it's going, well, I'll try it if it works. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be a dabbler in this space, in the space of running a business, just know that people know that about you. They know that you're weak, that you're indecisive and boring about this particular thing, that is building a network marketing business. And so you have to ask yourself, would you want to sign up with a dabbler that is weak and indecisive and doesn't really know, well, if you come in, I'll come in. Well, if you do it, I'll do it. Is that who you want to have on your team with you? Is that who you want to sign up with? I mean, except for the first time when I didn't know any better and I signed up with whoever it happened to be that introduced it to me. We have signed up with the top player in every company that we've ever done. Why? Because I don't want, those people have committed. That's why. That's why. Okay. So committed people, commit to the goal without, no matter what anybody else says. You're starting with yourself and with whoever is helping you. In this case, we'd be helping you. Okay. And that's really, ask yourself, who would you rather be? Would you rather be a committed person that's committed to this, say? Because that's what we need. You can be committed to whatever you want, but you need to pick one thing. And if you're here, if you believe you can really help people with what you've got, and you dare to commit, then you just ask. If you want to be a committed person, be that. Make the decision, because who would you rather sign up with? If I'm a committed person, I would never sign up with a dabbler. Neither would Vicky. Say, when's the last time you talked to anybody? Oh, last month. No. What good are you? How are you going to be able to help somebody if you're not committed enough to learn the craft of marketing? Master your skill, be at least good at it, be outstanding at it. That means you study it and practice it and study it and practice it. Why do you think we're so good at it? We've done it ad nauseum, and we're still learning. I take classes constantly from people that are ahead of me, right? Do more, achieve more in less time with less effort and less friction. That's what we want, see? So that's really what you want to be able to do, okay? So be a dabbler or be a committed. Make a decision, right? But don't call us if you're this, because we can't help you. It requires big income, requires big commitment, but there's also a path. So if you're this one, this is who you want. Okay. All right, you guys, that's what we got. Any questions? So Susan and Catherine and some of you guys that are new ones, did you get yourself connected with Vic so we can talk to you and see what we can do to help you? If we can help you. Let's see if we got here.
Catherine, I got you. I got your text.
Okay, good.
I'll respond.
Excellent. And Susan, connect with Vic. Do it right now. If we can't help you, believe me, we are the first to say no, always. We have said no first for 30 years. Why? Because if we can't help you, why would we do that? Life's too short.
But we don't want you to be a doomed fly either. So really give up the doomed fly thing. And when you see somebody burn out and they're your leader, look around, because you're independent rep. You don't have to be a doomed fly. And Kim, I love the doomed fly story. You've been telling it a little bit lately. And I'm thinking the industry has got a lot of doomed flies in it. And I think you really opened the window for me. And you open it for a lot of other people. And you're basically saying, look around, see if there's air over there. You don't have to keep buzzing yourself into the window because your upline did it and the company did it. Well, who the heck decides for you? You're independent. You do what you want. So, enjoy your life. And if it sucks, the time is just never enough. You never get anything done. You never make any money. Then you are a doomed fly. So I've got to the point where I quit lying to myself. It wasn't that I was burnt out. I was doing stupid things. I wasn't working effectively and I was draining my time. And then I met her and she was like opening the window. And I said, dang, I'm going to go meet this woman. She's my teacher and doesn't know it. I'm going out that window with her. And it wouldn't have mattered what you told me to do. I was going to do it. If I had to lift the car at 90 pounds back then, I would have done it. I didn't want to be doomed. So, decide, because I think the industry needs some of us to get out that window and lift the others, right?
Exactly.
So thanks, Kim. I love this. I love this again today. I just really love it.
Oh, good. All right. Any takeaways from anybody? Susan, what did you take away from this? And Catherine, what'd you take away from this? Leslie, what'd you take away from this? Filling out the form. All right, good. Fill out the form. All right. Yeah, I sent you a little DM. Vic. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be really a wonderful thing to get started and to do the thing. And you know, if you want to build a business, I know they tell you you can just do it part-time, but if you want it and you learn fast, go all in. Decide, I'm doing this. That way it might be a year and you might have 2 or 3 hours a day, maybe, right? And whatever time you spend, if it's wholly on that one task of learning who can you help with what, and just figuring out how to tell your story is a very difficult thing. It really is, because you're going to have to tell people very interesting kinds of things in order to make it work. It really is. Like, for example, one of our, some years ago when we started thinking, how can we help people rethink completely what they're doing? It was like, well, if you're in the network marketing business, your thing is really, they tell you to hit on everybody and bang on everybody and tell them all how great your product is. So everybody kind of feels like they're selling and pressuring and doing all that. And we thought, well, the way it really is what if you could be an advisor instead of a seller? What if instead of being seen as a seller, what if they saw you as an advisor? Would you rather have that perspective? How many people would rather be seen as an advisor than as a seller? You tell me, seller or advisor, what would you rather do? Right? Or the other thing that they teach is, how many people can you get people. What you're doing is helping people. The only people who are going to come in are the ones that you are positioned to help, which means you need to know what their problem is. And if you don't know what theirs is, don't go and ask them. Go to your own before and after. Well, before I was somebody who yada, yada, yada. And now, after some fooling around with it, I'm somebody who yada, yada, yada. I kind of got over this problem. So I learned how to go from being kind of a fat to a slinky. And I didn't really have to change what I ate. I changed something else. And who would like to know what that is? Well, I would, let's say. And so what do? They have a huge business, and it's nothing but digestive resting, also called intermittent fasting. A completely different approach, which works for millions of people. And so you need to think of what your version of that is, depending on what happened for you. And there will be one. Everybody has one. Makes a huge difference, you see. Yeah, wouldn't you rather be an advisor? Wouldn't you want to be seen as somebody who helps people instead of gets people? Right? Yeah, these are the big, very big deals. I know we have people who want to pile on to see Vicki right now, so we'll close it out. Thanks for coming. And all of you should be in the Facebook group. Are you all in the Facebook group that we have? Yeah. Okay, we're good. Anything else? Any notes that I should know about? Yeah, you help others by recruiting. Exactly. Like for the recruiting, we talked about the product, but if we were to recruit, which, like I said, we have an experimental team going, and it would be for somebody who is looking, there's so many ways to do this, but when I think of it, it's somebody who wants to earn a living, and really make a very fat living, helping people who want to learn how to get their health and their brain power back, but they don't want to do it with pills. They don't want to do it with shakes. They don't want to do it with injections. They don't want to do it with drugs. They want to do they want to do something totally different, completely advanced, like biotechy stuff, like what Elon Musk would be doing. people who want to go completely away from all the old ways and they want to do it a whole new way. It's those people. And that's the first batch who says, well, yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. I like, how would you do that? Right. So they're hacks for your body and your mind and your brain. It's all energetic. And it's not woo-woo. Don't think woo-woo. I am pretty woo-woo, but not like, like some of those people. We're not doing crystal bells and all that kind of stuff, although they work for people. And so it gives that opportunity for those people that are disenfranchised with the way health is now being promoted. And there are a lot of us, and a lot of us are very brainy people too, meaning we have power in our brain. We don't get our opinions after we look at Facebook. We don't get an opinion after we look at CNN or Drudge. We get the information and then we create an opinion based on what we think. And there are a lot of those people, a lot, that are not just wannabe sheep anymore. They realize they've been misled on all kinds of things by the so-called government and powers that be. That's a very large company. We want to keep those people alive and physically well. That's what we want to do. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And want to help you do it in your business. Don't accept anything from anybody. Go first class, damn right. All right, good. You better be in the Facebook group. Yeah, Vic, can you put the Facebook group link in here? Do you have that handy? Or let me see if I have it. Let me look. Okay. Yeah, maybe because I am on my big computer and I might be able to do it here. Hang on, Vic. I might be able to stick it in. You get your folks here. 1 second. The offer group. Where are we? Here we go. Yeah, you have to answer the questions to get in because we want people to answer the questions to get in. So here, I'm gonna put it there for everybody to see. So answer the questions. Don't be a Dumbo who doesn't answer the questions. They're fun questions too. Okay, you guys all see that? You got it? Say yes, you got it. And then I think we're good to go. Hopefully, for those of you that want to make something happen, you can see that there is a way to make it happen. And it's very sophisticated, and it's very fast, and it's very powerful. Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. We good, Vic?
We're good. I got you guys. The texts are coming. Yay.
Yeah.
I'll be talking to 20.
Yep.
And Leslie next. So stay right
Leslie's
there.
Nexus. Yep.
Bye.
See you later.
You bet.
Thanks, Vic.
Bye.
Bye.